Hello YouTube, my name's John and today I'm playing Eviternity. This is a megawad for Doom 2 released in 2018. It has, as you might imagine, 32 brand new levels, beautifully designed levels, also a metric fuckton of brand new textures, also beautifully designed, and there's even a handful of brand new enemies, and sure, why the fuck not, they're beautiful as well. But of course, you know me, I like to play these things with mods, and I'm going to be playing Eviternity with one of my all-time favorite mods, Wrath of Cronos, which I haven't played since version 1.8, and now we're running version 3, believe it or not. There's been quite a few shifts since we last played, but I've been slowly familiarizing myself with all of it. But anyway, let's just break down exactly what we're going to be doing here. So as you may have noticed, there are now 6 classes available in Wrath of Cronos. There is now an assassin class, very interesting, yes, yes. And there are actually 6 different chapters of Eviternity, each with their own unique theme and style. So I figured, you know what, why don't we play, and I'm just doing this just to frickin' stop all the repeating music over and over again. But anyway, why don't we try out every chapter of Eviternity as a different class of Wrath of Cronos. I figured maybe we could start chapter 1 as the fighter, and then we can kind of sort of jump around. Maybe not necessarily going down the list straight like this, but just trying out every class to correspond with every chapter. So anyway, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I actually am going to start with the fighter, because I just love playing as the fighter, so we're going to be doing the fighter in Chapter 1, Archaic, and we're going to be playing on the Berserker difficulty because I am just not good enough to play Titan. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I mean, if you've been around long enough, you probably already know that, but you know, I'm just saying it now for the record. So anyway, alright, here we go. Eviternity, Chapter 1, Wrath of Cronos, the fighter. Now, right away, you might be noticing, these creatures seem kind of different. Well, that's because we're playing with the Doom Monster Replacement Pack, which I've always been meaning to show off, but have just never really had an opportunity. But look at this place. I mean, there's a frickin' full moon. It already has a medieval feel to it. Not every chapter has this feel to it, but nonetheless. You might also notice I have the axe already, and that's because the Doom Monster Replacement Pack is fucking difficult as hell. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I think it's really fucking difficult, so I've decided there's actually a setting you can go into for Wrath of Cronos and be like, hey, start with the second weapon, see? Yeah, feel free to criticize me all you want, but I'm fucking running with it, believe me. And as we go on later with the less tanky classes, I'm gonna be really grateful that's on, because just, yeah. Anyway, let's start destroying some things. So the way the Doom Monster Replacement Pack works, as you've probably already guessed, is it replaces a lot of the Doom monsters, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, with some more fantasy-themed things. Like instead of zombies, we now have cultists with shotguns that sound like the blood cultists. As you can see, we still have imps every once in a while. We also have golems from Heretic. Wow, I'm that old that it's like taking me, that's how old my brain is. I'm like, what's that name of the game? Anyway, and you saw a Saberclaw back there. All of this is randomized though, so like that could have been a Pinky or a Scimitar or any number of different things. It's randomized every time, which is actually kind of fun. But yeah. But these things can do a lot of damage though. So like I'm talking about like all the enemies that are in this now. Even the like kind of Doom variants, like the imps, they can still fuck you up pretty hard. So kind of just gotta be careful, basically. But anyway. Oh, thank you, yes. Now, one thing. The cultists are probably my fucking bane of my existence in this. The shotgun ones are already annoying. These mage types that I saw that were in there, that you guys saw in there, I should say, can actually resurrect monsters, which is just really annoying. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really gruesome, horrendous things in this mod. I mean, horrendous in a wonderful way, but just, you know, quite challenging, I guess I should say. Anyway, let's just go ahead and start setting up our skills, shall we? The skill trees have changed a little bit here and there, especially with certain classes, but some classes have stayed relatively the same. I'm going to be going with sort of, well, I'm definitely going to be putting points in the Critical Strike first, just because I like doing Critical Strike in general. And let's just go ahead and start dumping into Constitution, because we need all the health we can get in these early stages. The other reason why I'm doing a different class every chapter is they're actually going to kill us and force us into a pistol start as soon as we finish a chapter. So any experience I get is not going to carry over anyway. That's kind of why I figured, like, okay, well, then might as well just play as a different class then, because, I mean, if I'm just going to keep having to re-level my fighter over and over again, or whatever the hell it is I'm going to choose, then, you know, may as well just choose a different class, right? So, anyway. But as you can see, the fighter is still a absolute fucking powerhouse. Also, I just happen to know there's a secret right here. Oh, there's a secret I missed back there too. Actually, you know what? Let me just go take care of that real quick. You saw that one. There's also one right here, because I've played this level a few times enough to discover some of these things. That lowers this. So you can go up here and grab a random piece of armor, which in this case, of course, is the Ring of Protection. Not the greatest thing the fighter can have, but why the fuck not? I may as well take it. Anyway, so the other secret we were going to grab, hit this wall, there's this. Okay, we can hop in here and grab ourselves a Dragon Claw, which may be helpful. Oh god. Yeah, shotgun cultists do not need to be alive. They are terrible, horrible things. Really, all the cultists are terrible and horrible, and yeah, we just kill them as fast as possible, because good lord. They are one of the most annoying enemies you can face in this game. Oh god, that's a stone golem from Hexen 2, complete with his charging powers. Let's just take care of it. He even crumbles apart like he does in Hexen 2. So yeah, there's kind of a mixture of Hexen enemies, Heretic enemies, Hexen 2 enemies, not any Heretic 2 enemies as far to my knowledge. And then yeah, just sort of enhanced versions of Doom, like I said, and then just kind of some original creations like these cultists. I mean, they're not even really like the blood cultists, they're kind of their own thing, you know? So, all in all, I think it is a very interesting package. So, oh my. That's what pinkies look like now. I wish I could tell you precisely what's getting replaced here. Maybe some of you who are more familiar with Eviternity down to its science might know precisely what's being replaced here, but, you know, I'm just along for the ride, baby. Alright, let's put some more points in the critical strike. Let's even out Constitution, more strength. Now, I'm saving one of the most important features for last year's because it took a minute to explain. But one of the newest things you can do in Wrath of Cronos, I mean, you can see the accessories are still here, the alchemy thing is still here, but there's also the path menu. Now, this is quite interesting. So, once you reach level 15, you can actually choose a specialization for your character. And there are 3 to choose from. For the fighter, there's the Destroyer, which is sort of the just all-out damage-dealing class, and you can kind of see that it has all these extra little passive effects, like in killing an enemy increases your damage by 40%. If you use the charge skill, then you can get 25% increased damage. Also, critical strikes can increase your strength rating. Also, just landing melee attacks in general increases your strength. So if you want to just be a fighter that just kills the fuck out of everything, then you want to be a destroyer. So you get these little passive benefits like this. There's also the Vanguard, which is a much more tanky sort of fighter, you know, like reducing subsequent damage that you take each time up to 30%. You can gain 50% damage reduction. I'm not going to read all of these, but you can kind of get the general idea here. So you got like damage dealing fighter, you got the tanky fighter, and then there's the Commander Fighter, which is more or less the shout build. You might remember when I did my Hexen playthrough, I was kind of doing sort of a shout build. And when I say shout build, I mean like, you know, there's the war cry down there that leads eventually into Berserk, and that eventually leads into Blood Rush and all that stuff. That's what I kind of feel like Commander is kind of going for. It's also a really good co-op path to go under, because then you're kind of giving your allies some stuff too, as you can see here. Damage boost to your allies, things like that. Healing your allies by killing things. So it's a really interesting system. Now, I'm not exactly sure if we're ever going to actually get to the fighters variations of all these, but I guess we'll just have to find out. Anyway, this is actually the exit, so that's the first level, Inauguration. And we officially inaugurated this playthrough. I'm really excited for this megawad because it's really beautiful, like I said, and really fun. And also a big pain in the dick sometimes, but we're just gonna have to get through that. But it's a good pain. It's like, it's almost hell revealed Alien Vendetta pain, but I mean, not quite as extreme in my opinion. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Eviternity, which is gonna be Subterranean. All right, later.